For too long, you've been told to attract your dreams. But what if that's exactly why they're not showing up? What if the universe isn't waiting for your pleas, but for your frequency? Get ready to unlock the ancient secret that will change everything you thought you knew about creating your reality. Welcome, dear soul, to another journey inward, a journey that stretches far beyond the mind, deep into the mysteries of the universe. I'm your host, Sukmander, and today we will discuss the quantum secret to manifestation. You don't attract, you tune. The great unveiling, from trying to being. For too long, we've been taught a powerful but incomplete truth that to manifest, you must attract. Think of it, visualize it, speak it into being again and again. Yet many of us stand here, doing all the right things, watching nothing shift. If this were the whole story, why does the life we dream of remain just out of reach? The truth, the deeper wisdom, is this: you don't attract, you tune. Let that sink in. The reality you long for isn't something far off, something you must desperately pull towards you. No, it already exists. It's shimmering now, vibrating in the vast, unseen quantum field. The only question is, are you vibrating in harmony with it? This simple shift changes everything. It's no longer about endless effort, but about frequency. It's not about reciting words, but about becoming the version of you who already lives that dream. And there, my friend, is where the true magic begins. You don't draw what you want. You draw what you are. And often, without realizing it, we are tuned to the frequency of fear. You desire abundance, but your very being hums with scarcity. You long for love, but your inner world echoes with doubt. You crave freedom, but your habits are forged from control. You wish for a new life, but your core energy still broadcasts the signals of the old. The deepest truth is, you cannot fake a frequency. The universe isn't listening to your words. It's responding to your broadcast. And your broadcast is more than just thoughts. It's your emotions, your deep beliefs, your internal state. The field is always listening, not with ears, but with vibration. The dance of resonance, no more chasing. When this truth awakens within you, the chase ends. You don't have to force, manipulate, or beg. You simply need to align, to become a vibrational match to what already waits for you. The moment you do, the field responds, not slowly, but with pinpoint precision. This isn't just spiritual talk, it's the very nature of reality. In the quantum dance, reality only appears when observed. And what is this observation made of? Your attention, awareness, intention, your very frequency. You're not in a dead universe. You're in a responsive one, waiting for you to choose, not with words, but with your deepest vibration. But here's the quiet trap. If you're trying to attract from fear, from lack, you are out of sync. You're sending mixed signals. You're asking for one thing, but vibrating the opposite. And the universe, always precise, hears your fear, not your desire. This is why many say manifestation fails. It doesn't fail. It just doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your energy. So the true question isn't, how do I attract? It's, what am I emitting right now? That's where your power lies. That's where the shift unfolds. That's where you move from force to frequency, from chasing to tuning, from just thinking to truly being. When you tune your frequency, the mixed signals vanish. The universe stops being confused. Delays dissolve. You become coherent. And coherence is powerful. It's when your heart, mind, and body speak the same truth, not in words, but in pure energy. And that's when everything changes. So, stop trying to attract. Stop pulling something towards you as if it's far away. It's not. It's already here, just on a different frequency. You don't need to reach it, you need to resonate with it. This means letting go of fear, releasing resistance. Stop radiating panic and calling it intention. Let go of the idea that more effort brings faster results. The quantum field doesn't respond to pressure, it responds to presence. The more you tune, the more you align. The more you align, the faster your outer world mirrors your inner transformation. Not because you chased, but because you simply stopped running from who you truly are. And who you truly are is already enough to match your desires. Are you ready to stop chasing? Are you ready to stop broadcasting fear? Are you ready to start tuning consistently, consciously, vibrationally? Because once you do, the field begins to listen. And when it listens, it responds not to what you want, but to what you are. The universe isn't silent. It's a vibrant conversation, and you are always a part of it, whether you know it or not. Every thought, every emotion, every small reaction you have is a signal sent into the quantum field. There are no off moments. Even when you're not trying to manifest, you are manifesting because your frequency never stops broadcasting. This is the hidden key. The field isn't activated by your rituals. It's activated by your state, your nervous system, your emotional baseline, your core beliefs, especially the ones you don't even know you carry. That's the true frequency you're sending, and that's what the field mirrors back. The path of conscious tuning, daily embodiment. Dr. Joe Dispenza calls it your electromagnetic signature. Your thoughts create an electric charge, your emotions a magnetic field. Together, they become a powerful signal. And the field, like a perfect mirror, reflects that signal back as people, opportunities, patterns, or silence. And that reflection never lies. You can't talk your way into a new reality. You can only tune your way into it. When your inner world aligns, the outer world reorganizes. But when you're out of sync, saying one thing, feeling another, the field doesn't punish you. It simply waits. It holds your next timeline until you become a match. This is why many feel stuck. Their broadcast is scrambled. They say abundance, but wake with anxiety. They declare love, but their hearts are closed by old wounds. They visualize success, but their self-image hasn't changed. The field responds with more of the same, not out of cruelty, but out of precision. So, how do you actually tune? Not in theory, but in your daily life? The quantum leap isn't one huge event. It's a series of micro shifts, small but powerful acts of frequency, where you choose to be the new version of yourself when no one is watching. Your body doesn't lie. Your true vibration is what your nervous system is doing. It's how you breathe when you wake up, the emotion behind your decisions, the signal you send even in stillness. So, we start here. Embodiment first. Not just mindset, but state. Before you ask the universe for anything, ask your body, what am I vibrating right now? Here's a simple, potent practice. Every morning, before your phone, before your to-do list, sit in silence. Close your eyes, breathe into your body, and ask, who do I choose to be today? Not, what do I want, but what version of me am I becoming now? Then feel that version. Embody it. How does that future self sit, breathe, think? Anchor it in your posture, your breath, your emotion. This isn't imagination. This is frequency. Now, take one micro action that matches that version of you. It could be as simple as drinking your water with reverence, answering messages with presence instead of anxiety, walking slower, breathing deeper, not as a trick, but as a clear signal to the field. This is who I am now. Every microshift collapses a timeline because the vibration behind it is pure. As you repeat these microshifts, you rewrite your energetic signature. You stop broadcasting desperation, you become a walking coherence, a living transmitter of your new reality, and the field reorganizes around your new signal. The key is consistency, not intensity. Your anchors for a tuned life. Your environment. Does it match your future self's vibration, or is it coded with the old you? Your language. Are you speaking from the version who has arrived, or the one still doubting? Your micro decisions. Your future is built in tiny, frequency-aligned choices. Your breath. Slow it down. Breathe from the version of you who already knows. Your nervous system holds the key. Gentle retuning. You don't need to be perfect. Just be aware when you're off and gently retune, again and again. Alignment is a lifestyle. If this resonates with you, I invite you now to drop a signal into the field. Feel into the version of you who no longer begs, who no longer emits fear as their baseline. In this moment, simply declare, I choose frequency. Let it be a vibrational code that says, I am no longer tuning into the noise. I am broadcasting from the life I've already chosen. This is about the field. This is about the signal. This is about you. Because the moment you choose frequency on purpose, your life begins to tune to match you. You don't attract your dream life. You become it in micro shifts, in quiet alignments, in 1,000 unseen moments the world may never notice, but the field always hears. The silent shift, becoming the proof. There comes a moment on this path when the outside hasn't changed, but something deep within already has. No applause, no obvious proof, just a quiet knowing, I'm not who I used to be. And that truly is the leap. We often think manifestation happens when the money arrives or the dream appears. But those are echoes. The real manifestation happens much earlier, in that sacred space where you begin to live from your future self, even before your current reality catches up. That's becoming. Becoming is invisible. It's silent. It doesn't ask for recognition. It asks for embodiment. It's when you stop trying to change your life and start living as if it's already changed. That subtle but powerful shift is the true force. There's a version of you already encoded in the quantum field who isn't chasing, who doesn't need to force, who knows everything is vibration and alignment is the key. That version isn't a fantasy, it's a frequency. And when you hold that frequency, you start tuning your life towards it. The key, you don't become that version by waiting for proof. You become it by acting as if you're already there. Not pretending, but practicing a different response, a different belief, a different energy. This is entrainment. You're training your entire being to recognize a new baseline. Becoming isn't about distance, it's about resonance. The timeline you desire isn't far away. It's simply vibrating at a level your current self hasn't stabilized in yet. But every time you choose from that higher place, you close the gap. You compress time. And eventually, the outer world has no choice but to synchronize. What does becoming look like? It looks like walking with presence instead of performing. It looks like trusting the unseen more than the familiar. It looks like breathing differently in the middle of an old trigger. It looks like honoring your vision enough to live like it's real before it is. This is the sacred tension. Remaining faithful to a frequency before it takes solid form. Acting not in reaction to what is, but in devotion to what will be. This takes courage. Yes, the old self will resist. The old patterns will pull. But this is the test. This is where many give up, confusing waiting with becoming. They are not the same. Waiting is passive. Becoming is vibrational action. When you're becoming, you don't beg the universe. You partner with it. You wake up and tune into your future, not your fears. You speak from embodiment, not entitlement. And you carry a quiet certainty, not because you see the change yet, but because you are the change. That's the leap. If you're feeling like nothing's happening, pause, feel into your body, ask, who am I being right now? Not what am I doing, but what signal am I being? Because that's all the field responds to. If the answer is, I'm still becoming, then you're exactly where you need to be. Becoming is teaching your field to believe you, not with effort, but with consistency, not with noise, but with resonance. And the moment that signal stabilizes, everything shifts. So today, don't look for proof. Be the proof. Walk like it's real. Speak like it's done. Feel like it's here. When doubt comes, smile. You remember that doubt is just an echo from a self you no longer live as. Now, drop into the version of you who doesn't rush, who doesn't fear, who simply knows that version already exists. You're not trying to find it. You're tuning into it with every breath, every thought, every embodied choice. This is how you stop living from circumstance and start living from creation. Because in the quantum, you're not becoming the future. The future is remembering you. Some shifts make no sound, no applause, no lightning, no outer validation. But everything has changed. That's the nature of the silent frequency, the one that doesn't beg, doesn't push, doesn't perform. It simply is. It's the frequency that doesn't need evidence because it is the evidence. The vibration that doesn't chase the future because it embodies it. That's the frequency that resets reality. We've been taught to believe in effort, control, force. We think only loud change is real change. But in the quantum, silence is strength. Stillness is power. In that inner quiet, when doubt fades and the self aligns, reality begins to rearrange itself. You don't need to announce your transformation. You don't need to prove anything. All you need is to tune into the self that knows, because knowing is its own frequency. This knowing isn't learned, it's unlearned. It's releasing the layers that told you to wait, discarding rituals that made you feel almost ready. It's choosing again and again to show up as the frequency of what you once only dreamed. It's subtle, almost invisible from the outside, but from within it feels like peace, like alignment, like truth. And when that signal stabilizes, not forced, but remembered, the field responds, organically, silently. Things just click without explanation. People shift, doors open, opportunities find you. You won't be surprised because you were never trying. You were just matching. The frequency does the work, and the most powerful frequency doesn't perform, it just vibrates. Think of tuning a radio. You don't scream at the dial, you gently adjust until you hear the clear station. It was always broadcasting. You just needed to align your reception. That's you. That's your life. That's your new reality, waiting for you to tune in. And now, you are. You've stopped trying to attract, you've stopped emitting fear, you've stopped negotiating, now you're resonating, matching, becoming. What happens next? You keep tuning. Not perfectly, but daily, through every emotion, every choice, every breath. You keep showing the field that you are no longer aligned with waiting, doubt, or distortion. You are aligned with clarity, with trust, with embodiment. That's the shift no one can measure or predict. It's a shift only you will feel first, and the world will follow. Recap: the power of tuning. As we close this episode, let's briefly revisit the core of our journey. We've explored how manifestation isn't about attracting, it's about tuning. Your desired reality already exists. The key is to vibrate in harmony with it. This means moving from effort to frequency, from chasing to resonating. Remember, the universe responds not to your words, but to your energy. Your thoughts, emotions, and core beliefs form your electromagnetic signature. We learned that fear distorts your signal, while coherence makes it powerful and magnetic. The path to change lies in micro shifts, small, consistent acts of embodiment, where you choose to be your future self, rather than waiting for external proof. This practice of conscious tuning aligns your inner world with your outer desires. Ultimately, you don't attract your dream life, you become it. It's a silent, internal transformation that the universe will inevitably mirror. If this message landed for you, if you felt that spark, that quiet yes in your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, subscribe for more conversations like this, and most importantly, share this episode with someone else walking this path. There's a whole world of seekers out here, quietly breaking old loops and choosing new frequencies. Are you one of them now? Let's find each other. Let's grow together. I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you in the next episode of Awaken Your Inner Creator.